Hey my amazing artists, welcome back to Dino Week. What we're going to be doing for this project is creating a sculpture out of cardboard. So what you'll need is some thin cardboard or an Amazon box that you don't mind cutting up, a pencil or a marker, a scissors. You'll also need some glue, and then in order to decorate it, you can either use paint, markers, or in this case I'm using some scrap pieces of paper. You could also use construction paper for color. The first step is going to be to open up our cardboard so it's nice and flat, and to draw out the shapes of our dinosaur. I would encourage you to look online using your Chromebook to try and find a reference image that you can use to copy. We want to make sure that this is nice and simplistic. Honestly, it's totally okay if it doesn't look like any realistic dinosaur. It's all good. In order to properly construct our dinosaur, we're going to need to make some slots in the base of our dinosaur, just those two little lines, because that's what we're going to slot our feet into. And then over here on the other side, I'm just going to make some really stylized little feet by making an arch and then a little triangle shape in order to represent the legs and the feet. And then I'm drawing a little slot at the top of my legs in order to create the second half of the slot that we were going to use to put our sculptures together. When you're cutting things out, please remember to cut carefully and slowly. Always keep the end of your scissors pointed away from your body. You want to make sure that when you are cutting things, especially round things, because that can be a little bit more difficult, you want to turn and rotate the cardboard itself rather than your scissors hand. Your scissors hand always stays pointed away from your body in order to be most safe. See this? This is not a good idea. There we go. Pointed away from my body, rotating the paper. Sometimes even art teachers can forget. When I'm cutting out this part of the project, I noticed that I didn't really like how thin my tail was, and so I'm cutting the cardboard a little bit more thickly than what I had drawn out, and that is A-okay. Remember that what you drew is just going to be kind of a guideline for you, rather than something that you absolutely have to stick to. Now, I wanted to point this out because it is really important. You do want to cut a slot into all of your pieces, but you don't want to cut it in half, right? You need to make sure that you're not totally cutting in half, you're just cutting a little slot. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide both of those slots together in order to make a nice solid connection between your two cardboard pieces. I'm going to take my pieces apart really quickly because I want to add some decorations, right? I don't just want it to be like a boring brown. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my glue. I have liquid glue, but glue sticks would work just fine. and I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to start decorating my dinosaur. As you can see, collage works really nicely for decorating a dinosaur, and it is kind of nice to add some spikes to it. You know, I could have definitely drawn that in with my cardboard when I first cut it out, but I kind of like this look. Other things that you could use to decorate your dinosaur would be different types of paints. You could also probably use chalk and hairspray together. You could use crayons, and you could use markers. Something else would look really cool is if you used like just a black ballpoint pen, excuse me, and just went really detailed and really kind of comic book style-y with it, would be really neat. Keep in mind that because this is a sculpture and sculptures are meant to be seen from all angles, that you have to decorate not only the front but also the back. So keep that in mind as you're doing your designs, right? Because I have all of this collage happening on one side of my dinosaur, I have to either collage the other side or I have to decorate it with paint or markers. Since I ended up using all of my collage pieces on this front side, I ended up using my paint markers just to finish it up. Thanks for dropping in and creating with me, my amazing artists. Look forward to the next video.